Hello everyone. In this video, we bring you the topic about the situations that led to World War II or the circumstances that led to the World War II. I wish to begin it now. By the early 1930s, the international system created after the First World War was beginning to weaken. The League of Nations, which had been established to maintain peace, struggled to respond effectively to growing challenges. Economic instability, political change, and rising nationalism created conditions in which aggressive policies began to emerge. One of the earliest signs of this shift appeared in Asia. In 1931, Japan invaded Manchuria, a region in northeastern China. This action was driven by a desire for resources and strategic control. Although the League of Nations condemned the invasion, it was unable to enforce any meaningful consequences. Japan eventually withdrew from the League, signaling that international agreements could be ignored without serious repercussions. In Europe, a similar pattern began to develop. In 1935, Italy under Benito Mussolini invaded Ethiopia. This was another clear act of aggression against an independent nation. Once again, the League of Nations responded with sanctions, but these measures were limited and ineffective. The failure to prevent or reverse this invasion further weakened the credibility of international system. At the same time, Germany under Adolf Hitler began to challenge the restrictions imposed by Treaty of Versailles. In 1936, German forces entered the Rhineland, a region that had been demilitarized after the First World War. This move directly violated existing agreements, yet it was not met with military resistance. The lack of response encouraged further actions. In the following years, Germany continued to expand its influence. In 1938, it annexed Austria in an event known as Anschluss. Shortly after, attention turned to Czechoslovakia, particularly the Sudetenland, a region with significant German-speaking population. Through diplomatic pressures and negotiations, Germany secured control over this territory. These developments were influenced by broader policy adopted by some European powers, particularly Britain and France. This policy, known as appeasement, was based on the belief that allowing limited territorial changes might prevent a larger conflict. However, instead of ensuring peace, it allowed aggressive actions to continue without effective opposition. By 1939, the situation had reached a critical point. Germany's ambitions extended beyond limited territorial adjustments. In September of that year, German forces invaded Poland. This act marked a clear escalation from political pressure to full-scale military action. Unlike previous events, this invasion triggered a direct response. Britain and France declared war on Germany, marking the beginning of the Second World War. The events leading to this moment reveal a pattern of gradual escalation. Early acts of aggression were met with limited responses, which encourage further expansion. The failure of international institutions and the policy of appeasement created an environment in which conflict became increasingly likely. The road to Second World War was not defined by a single event, but by a series of decisions, responses, and mixed opportunities. Each step taken in isolation may have appeared manageable, but together they led to a breakdown of international system and the outbreak of global conflict. So that was our topic about the circumstances that led to World War II. Thank you for tuning in with us. Have a great day.